it's Rebecca from Sapphire Coast Tarot. Today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Cancer. This will be a love reading, specifically for Venus moving into Scorpio. Now, Venus moves into Scorpio, the sign of Scorpio. At the moment, it's in Libra still, but on September the 10th, it does move into Scorpio. And so it will be in Scorpio from September the 10th to October the 6th, and then it will move into Sagittarius. So expect your emotions to be intense. Relationships will be from the heart of your life during this period, and you will unearth your soul connections. You are advised not to be overly possessive with your dear one, as this might drift their attention away from you. Your intuition will be sparkling, therefore you are advised to listen to your gut for any solutions in personal as well as your professional life. You may witness some mood swings and emotional sensitivity during this transit on Venus. It will be an auspicious one for the natives whose moon signs are Cancer. So if you have a moon sign that's Cancer, a moon sign who's Pisces, or a moon sign who's Taurus, those natives will be the most sensitive at this time. So now I'm going to get into your love reading, Cancer, and I will be speaking a little bit more about Venus in Scorpio, and also we'll be talking more about your North Node, Cancer, which is Capricorn. Your North Node is Capricorn and your South Node is Cancer. Okay, so let's firstly see what's going to happen for your reading, Cancer. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords coming out first. Right, so you may have an air placement, or someone will be coming towards you who has a air placement. All right, spirits and guides, what else do we have for Cancer, for Venus moving into Scorpio? What's going on with their love life? What's the messages that they need to hear? All right, we have the Queen of Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. There we go. Okay, let's see. What else do we have for Cancer for this time, please? Venus moving into Scorpio. I will be reading the energies of each card, and then I will put my sort of spin on it, or how I see the story, how the story goes, but you can make up your own mind in regards to how your story is. Okay, so next we have the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, what else do we have going on for Cancer, please? We have got there's lots of swords. Six of Swords. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Right. Okay, and I have shuffled these previously and asked for the protection that we need. Okay, so what else do we have, please, spirits? What? Okay, let's see. All right, so we have Faith. Is that a sword? No. 5 is the Hierophant. It's not a sword, that's a major arcana. All right, so then we have the Three of Wands, and we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, just 2 more cards, please, spirits. What else do we have going on for Cancer in regards to their love life for Venus moving into Scorpio? Let's see. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords in reverse. The Five of Swords in reverse talks about desiring to reconcile. All right, so there we have 2 cards. Right, where did I pick them up like that? I did. Okay. All right, so we have the 2 of Wands in reverse, and we have the Tower in reverse. All right, looks like this is going to be quite interesting, Cancer. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. All right, so the Knight of Swords can be it's an air element, so that does represent Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. So you can have one of those placements in your natal chart, Cancer. The next one we have is the Queen of Swords, which this to me is represented by Libra. So you can either identify as a Libra if you have a prominent placement in Libra, or the other way around. Like there's 2, you could either have 2 air signs coming towards your Cancer, or you can be one of those. So you need to see which one is which. But the Knight of Swords, this one, first one here, is someone that's very assertive. They're very direct. They can be impatient. They're very intellectual, so they've got a very smart brain, I guess you could say. They're very quick. They're daring. They're very focused. They can be a bit of a perfectionist, and they're very ambitious. So the Queen of Swords is this one, is the Libra, who I suggested. She or he, it doesn't matter, is honest, independent, principled, fair, constructive. They can be a bit of a critique. The Queen of Swords is a very independent and good reasoning mind. They have very good perception, happy and content normally, strong and supportive, not afraid to speak their mind, and usually a very good leader, organised, fast thinker, and have sharp words. So basically betraying the Queen of Swords is not a good idea because there's no second chances normally. The Queen of Swords, as I said, the Libra, normally is a people's champion, so go out in battle for the underdog, I guess you could say, so ready to stand up for them. All right, so we have someone here that is an air sign or has an air placement, and we have a Libra, so you need to decide which one you are, Cancer. All right. Then we have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords talks about, in reverse, is a desire to reconcile, lingering resentment, compromise, deciding to cut losses, and make some sort of a compromise. Possibly there's regret there. So I see these 2 as getting together or wanting to get together, maybe reconciling, because we have the 5 of Swords there in reverse, and making some sort of compromise, maybe wanting to reconcile with each other, not necessarily going to. We're going to find out about the rest of the story after this, but I mean, that 5 of Swords to me says that either these 2 are going to reconcile, or they're not, they've had, or they're resentful, like they feel sorry for whatever's happened in the past, but Uranus has gone into retrograde on August the 19th. So this is making us look inward to create change. Maybe learning slowly with grounded steps what needs to shift in your life. So maybe that's possibly why this is happening. Um, this happens every year. Uranus goes into retrograde every year for 5 months. So when it does go into retrograde, it gives us a respite. So sort of we're going back to the drawing board to gain some sort of clarity. So one of you have gone maybe into clarity and decided that you feel quite regretful about a situation that has happened. Maybe you just haven't spoken for a while. Anyway, you need to see how whatever's happening. But we will find out. Let's find out more. All right, so we've got the Six of Swords next. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the Three of Wands. All right, so in this part, we've got the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about transition, leaving something behind, moving on and accepting lessons, whether that is with each other or whether that's going to be separate. The Six of Swords can talk about that matters are going to improve, so moving out of the storming waters. If you have started to speak again, so the harmony can be restored. It does remind us, this card does remind us of life lessons learnt. You also may be going on a physical journey. So that, I don't know where you could be going, but you could be moving. You could be going on a short break. This would have to be after lockdown finishes. This is from September the 10th to October the 6th. So possibly we may get out of lockdown like, early, like a few days before October the 6th. But this is when the energies for Venus entering into Scorpio. Could happen just after as well. All right, so after that we have the Hierophant. In this deck it's called Faith. This talks about traditional values. It talks about a wise decisions, I guess you could say. It also is a card that talks about local council or large organisation, religious places and comfort. So you could be talking about that you would like to get married. It's it's a religious card. So, you may be wanting to follow tradition and maybe move in together or taking it further. This card is represented by Taurus, so you may have Taurus in your chart, Cancer. You may get, this also can indicate that you may be asking like a wise and trusted person what your next steps should be in regards to this situation. Doesn't have to be, as I said, you could just be referring to government or educational institutions, but this card does talk about traditional values and moral ethics. So a set way of working and thinking, which is very much so the Knight of Swords and Queen of Swords. So very set way of thinking where it's difficult to implement change. So either you want to follow the proper way before moving in together and become engaged or get married or something like that. But it seems like it's going to be, could be very fast, actually, if it's going to be in this time period. So that's what that one talks about there. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is momentum, having confidence. There is some sort of expansion and growth. So you've come to some sort of foresight and you're looking ahead now. The Four of Wands is talking about stability and satisfied for what you've accomplished. You can now afford to take some time off. So maybe you're going to have some holidays or some rest and relaxation with each other, or family. This is a feel-good factor card. It can talk about the completion of first steps. So maybe the two of you have realised that you have got some goals. Whilst they're successful, there is more work ahead. So more planning to keep moving forward and heading in the right direction. But there is positive progress in this. So that's really good. So there we go. So this story seems to be getting quite good, actually, Cancer, for you in this time. Not many cups, but there is communication. There is communication, and that you are at the first steps of possible reconciliation or just talking with someone of interest. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Two of Wands in reverse, and we have the Tower in reverse. Okay, so the Knight of Wands talks about someone with leadership. They generally have a vision. They look at the big picture. They're taking control. They're daring in decision making, and they're bold. The Knight of Swords is the Knight of Wands comes in swiftly with some high energy. They are warm and exciting. They can be a little hasty. This can just signify that you're changing homes. So maybe that could be what's going to happen, that you've decided to move in together. It can also signify a long journey. Don't react hastily to this. Check the details first. My son's just asking me a question. Just hang on. 2 shakes. Sorry about that, Cancer. My son just wanted to ask if he could go to the shop and get a drink. Okay, the Knight of Wands. As I said, this could be another person coming in, and they're quite passionate, and this is a person that just comes in very quickly and leaves very quickly. This is the fastest of the night. They're the most passionate, and they just, come in and move out, basically. They're coming in because they're quite lustful. It can also indicate that you are moving. So either moving in together, or you are moving away from somewhere together. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands in reverse is that you could be over-analysing the situation. So you're not taking any action. You've decided to play it safe and avoiding the risk. So it's either you're going to move in together, or you're thinking about moving in together, or moving away, and then you decide that you're not going to do it, or this person is someone that comes in, and they're coming into your life, Cancer, and they're a fire element. So this could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. This person could come in, and they're making you a passionate offer, and then they're going to leave quite quickly. I mean, you're going to know who this person is if they're coming into your life. You've decided to take the safe option, and you're not taking any action towards this person. You've decided to play it safe, so you're avoiding risk, or you've decided to move, or you've got some talk about moving in together, and then you've overanalyzed it, and you think that it's probably not the best time to do this. So there's not going to be any action taken, and you've decided to play it safe to avoid any risks, and that's understandable. I mean, at the moment, we're all in a pretty hefty situation. You may not know each other very well, If you are reconciling, well, then that'll be all right. Maybe you just need to take your time, Cancer. Take your time in this situation because it's all happened very quick. Well, what I can see, it's happened pretty quick. Okay, so then we have the Tower. The Tower in reverse. Life is, maybe you're thinking life's a bit stale. Maybe one of you is refusing to make any change. So you're avoiding disaster, or you could be just in denial as well. So that's what that talks about there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to pull I'm going to clarify for you, Cancer. I'm going to clarify the Tower in reverse. That one there. Because we'll just see. I mean, the Two of Wands in reverse says that you're overanalyzing, so maybe you're not going to take any action because of the overanalyzing. And you're avoiding the risk. It's either you're avoiding the risk from moving, or you're going to be avoiding the risk and overanalyzing the situation because the Knight of Wands and a fire sign has come into your life. All right, so the Tower in reverse is clarified by the Hermit and the Strength card. Right. All right, so the Hermit means that you're going inward to think about things a little bit further. And that's probably a good idea. You're going to withdraw. You are needing to do some soul searching, pulling on that inner wisdom. And this represents Virgo, in order to reflect. You have the answers that you do need within you. So introspection might be needed to access them. So you may need to meditate to get the answers. Okay, so then we have the Strength card, and the Strength card talks about, this is a Leo, represented by Leo, so you may have a Leo placement. This is talking about patience. So you are asked to have diplomacy and courage is required. So not aggression in this situation. So keep very grounded and try to see the both sides of the coin before making any decisions. That's basically what this sort of is. If you are a female, this can symbolize feminine charms to which men can succumb to. So that's what that does talk about. It is talking about inner strength is asked for. So the Tower in reverse is that you have those answers within you. You're just going to have to take some time out and withdraw and do some soul searching to make the decisions that you need to make. Strength is required, which, strength is a gentle card. So it's not an aggressive card. You have the strength to get through this, Cancer. So whether it be someone, a fire sign at the end here coming in, or whether you're still we're talking about the Knight of Swords or the Queen of Swords, the Libra there. You know what to do. Like the answers are within you. You just need to have some time out and think. You don't need to rush into anything. There's plenty of time. And I tell you what, that's what COVID's helped everyone have more time, or well, not more time, but more time in different ways, basically. So yeah, even though we are restricted, we have had to think of doing things in a different way. Jupiter did go into retrograde on June the 20th till October the 18th. So there's been a lot of growth. and our life has gone into pause mode, or it has been stalled completely. So we have had to come up with different ways of communication and coping with our lives. I mean, the whole world has. So you have time to think about what you want to do. So you don't need to do anything hasty. Think about what you would like to do with your life, whatever's the best thing for you, and whatever, I mean, only you know what's the best thing for you, and spirit will always back you in that. If you were on the wrong path, this tower would have been up that way. So if you were on the wrong path, that tower would have been up that way. And that would have sent you for that, your whole world would have changed, flipped upside down. But it is in reverse, saying that you do have time to think about this. And even, over analyzing and all of that, that's not such a bad thing. You just need to go inside and pull on your inner strength to get through it. And you definitely have that. Okay, so let's talk about the whole entire thing now. All right, so we've got the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords in reverse. We've got the Six of Swords upright. We have the Hierophant. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Two of Wands in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse, and we have the Hermit and the Strength to clarify. All right, so we're going to talk about this. All right, so the Knight of Swords. This person is, they're assertive and direct, and they want to communicate. Either they're very intellectual, focused, perfectionist, and very ambitious. So they're a serious person. They can be impatient. They do swiftly move in, which can be a little bit chaotic, but they bring a better outcome. So be ready to ride the changes he or she brings. This person has lots of strength and energy, and they obviously want to talk or get to some reconciliation with you, or just talk to you, basically. So the Queen of Swords is talking about Libra, so you may have a Libra placement. It doesn't have to be. You could be either of these, as I said. But the Queen of Swords is honest, independent. They're very principled and fair. They can have a sharp word, but they're very, they're a good leader. They're fast thinker, and they're the people's champion. So they'll always back you in any situation, right? If you're the underdog, that is. Okay, so next we have the Five of Swords in reverse. The Five of Swords in reverse talks about a desire. So either one of you have a desire to reconcile with someone else. You could both. This is also talking about lingering resentment. So you may need to clear the air, even. You need to, have a discussion and clear the air. So you're making some sort of compromise. Someone is remorseful, possibly. They've cut their losses. They're willing to make the compromise, and they're very regretful of the situation and how it has turned out. All right, so the Six of Swords talks about transition. So it's either you're leaving this person behind, or you are leaving the past behind. And like either you're moving on and leaving that behind, and you're accepting your lessons, or you've decided to move on together. So that's what that talks about there. All right. So if you are leaving them behind, Cancer, then you are headed for the divorce courts. Maybe that's what the Hierophant talks about. It talks about maybe you've been together and you are separating or something like that. It could be that, or it could mean that you're reconciling and you're getting together and you've decided to make it permanent and you are going to move in together, or you're very traditional, both of you, and you want to do the right thing and become married or engaged or move in together. And maybe you need to get approval or something like that from someone, I don't know. Okay. But the knight here is younger. The Knight of Swords is someone that is younger. So if you are the Queen, like if you do have Libra in your chart, then this person, this knight here, is going to be younger than you. If you're the knight, Cancer, well, then the Queen is going to be older than you. So you just need to see the story however you want. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Okay, so it's talking about some sort of religious factors here. Maybe, it's either you're going to break up and you're going to get separated, divorced, or you're going to get together, and maybe you need to have some discussions with a family member or someone that you trust to get some more information about what you're going to do. It doesn't have to be that you're going to be divorced or you're going to be married. It could just mean that you want to get some information from a wise person. All right, so the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands talks about momentum, confidence, expansion. So basically, this is talking about the completion of first steps. So goals have been realised, and while successful, there is more work ahead. So more planning to keep moving forward and heading in the right direction. So it is positive progress. So for however your story is, either it's the other way, you're not getting together, or you are getting together, or you're still thinking about it. All right, because here comes the Knight of Wands. Now this person could be younger as well. This is a very passionate knight. They come in very quickly. And they leave very quickly, and you would know who this is. But it could also mean that you are just moving. You're changing homes. It could mean that you are moving in together. It could signify that you're going on a bit of a journey, that you're going to move interstate too. You just need to check the details and don't react hastily. We are having Mercury going to retrograde at the end of the month, September the 27th. And it does go for 21 days. So, the communication is going to be all over the place. So, and so be careful if you are signing any contracts or anything like that, just to double check your dot your I's and cross your T's. Because there's a lot of hidden stuff there, or communications are going to, things are lost in the mail, etc. So just be careful there. But as I said, the Knight of Wands comes in pretty quick and leaves pretty quick. They're very hot, very passionate for you, Cancer. It's a fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Can't think at the moment. Okay, or as I said, you could just be making a move. Either or. All right, so we've got the Two of Wands in reverse. The Two of Wands in reverse, there could be some bad planning. Maybe over analyzing this situation, and you're not going to take any action because you want to keep things safe, and you're avoiding the risk. Maybe you have quite a stable environment, and you're not prepared to give it up on maybe short notice. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to jump into things too quick. So it's a good idea, and that's fine. You want to take your time. But that's what that one there talks about. Okay, so the Tower in reverse, as I said, the Tower is talking about the things maybe a bit stale. Either you or them are refusing to change. and quite possibly you are refusing to change, and you don't want to, you're avoiding disaster. Maybe you're not used to, maybe you're in denial of what's happening. Maybe you're not used to maybe you're not used to this. Maybe you haven't had anyone in your life in a while, and then all of a sudden there's either two people or there's at least one who wants to make a commitment to you. So the Tower I have clarified though with the Hermit and also the Strength card. So you have the strength and you have the inner wisdom to get the right solution, because there we have the Hermit and we have the Strength card. The Hermit talks about going within, withdrawing. You've got that inner wisdom. You need time to reflect. You are going to have to pull on the strength, like your own strength and for you. Put yourself first, Cancer, and just think about the big picture. There's no hurry. Okay? All right, so that's what I have for you in regards to your reading. Cancer. All right, so we've already gone half an hour here. That's all right. Okay, so let's get back to Venus. Venus moving into Scorpio on the 10th. Venus is often called the Earth's sister planet because it's very similar in size, mass, and density, as well as being nearer to the Earth in orbit than any other planet. This proximity means that in your birth chart, your Venus sign will be at most only 1 or 2 signs away from your sun sign. In the description box below, there will be more information of how Venus affects your sign, Cancer, in Scorpio. Venus is about your love and relationships. It's about your attraction. It's about art, beauty, harmony, your romantic habits, and what you value in a partner. So this is a love reading. So more than likely your Venus sign is going to, I can't think of the word, richer, I can't think. It's going to resonate with you. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that, Cancer. I'm a bit like all over the place today. Okay, Cancer. So, yeah. So, or it could be a moon sign because we just have had a new moon on the 6th, and that was in Virgo. So right now, I'm going to pull you an oracle card. I'm going to pull you an oracle card from the Shaman's Oracle. Shaman's Dream Oracle, actually. And we're going to see what further advice we have for you, Cancer. Okay, so what further advice do we have for the Cancers, please, spirits and guides? What else can we give them? What can we tell them about their love life, and what do they need to hear? All right, so the Dream Thief. Refusal of the call. Look at that. Looks pretty good. Okay, so here we go. There we go. That one's there. Lots of nice colours, rainbows. Okay, so now let's see. So it's number 13. Number 13. 13. All right. Rejection of the path of fulfillment. Refusal of the call. This is interesting. The Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've changed already, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you've placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Wow. There we go, Cancer. Okay, so let's see. So if you are a Cancer, I'm going to actually pull out each individual astrological signs of who you could be in contact with, Cancer, after this. So I'm just going to talk about your North Node for a minute. Okay, so your North Node is Cancer and your South Node is Cancer. So your South Node is your karma from previous lifetimes, what you're moving towards as you ascend spiritually is your Capricorn. So you are moving towards a Capricorn. So you are going to feel better and more comfortable in making decisions as a Capricorn than in a Cancer. Cancer, yes, Cancer is very cozy and comfortable and safe, but a Capricorn is where you are ascending to because you're leaving behind your past lives and moving towards your future. Okay, so because Cancer and Capricorn are opposites, they create a push and pull dilemma that resides within a Capricorn's North Node individual soul. They may not be aware of the battle taking place inside, but as time passes, they repeat the same mistakes, even as they long for and strive for success and accomplishment. Integrating the insight and sensitivity of their Cancer South Node with the work ethic of Capricorn will be their life's greatest struggle, and their biggest stumbling block is clinging to the past. Now that's very much a Cancer trait. I'm a Cancer and I struggle with clinging to the past, but I am starting to move forward into a Capricorn North Node. And it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay, so what I'm going to do now for you, Cancer, is I'm going to do your astrological other people that you may be in contact with. All right, so let's see. We are doing this. So Cancer, if you're in contact with a Cancer, let's see, we're going to ask the angels. Cancer, if you're in contact with a Virgo, an Aries, a Taurus, a Sagittarius, a Libra, a Capricorn, a Pisces, Aquarius, a Leo, a Scorpio, and a Gemini. All right, let's see where we're going to go with this. All right, spread them out a bit because the angel cards are they're quite large actually, so I won't be able to see what I'm doing. All right, so let's shuffle the angel cards a little bit better. Okay, so I hope you have got lots out of that reading. If you want to subscribe to the channel because you'd like to know more about your South Node and your North Node, as time goes on, I'm going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be talking about the different ages. At the moment, we have moved into the age of Aquarius, and we just have come from the age of Pisces. So most of us have been lucky and fortunate enough to be in two ages. So we're in the age of Pisces, left that behind, and we're moving into the age of Aquarius. Now, the reason that I know that we are in that Aquarius is because we are having the last retrograde in Mercury, and it's in that air element. So that is like an Aquarius is an air element. So it's important not to lose touch with your intuition and stay connected to your emotions and honor your feelings. So when we do have that retrograde, all signs will work out what has previously been swept under the carpet. So things are starting to come out. Okay, Cancer? All right, so angels, can you please tell me, Cancer, dealing with the Cancer, what is the outcome for them, please, angels? If you can give me some guidance on a Cancer with a Cancer, please. A Cancer with a Cancer. And then we'll pull each card as we go. All right, a Cancer with a Cancer, please, angels. Okay, we have, there is an opportunity. So if you're in contact, a Cancer with a Cancer, there is an opportunity for you. All right, so a Cancer with a Virgo, it's up to you. A Cancer with a Aries, there is no need to worry. Cancer with a Taurus, a year from now. Cancer with a Sagittarius, the answer is no. Cancer with a Libra, the answer is there is a peaceful resolution. Cancer with a Capricorn, you need to look for a sign. Cancer with a Pisces, there's something better. Cancer. Cancer with an Aquarius, the answer is no. Cancer with a Leo, the answer is yes. Cancer with a Scorpio, meditation brings answers. So if you're dealing with the Scorpio Cancer, meditation will bring answers. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Gemini, there is going to be, you are going to need some forgiveness. You're both going to have to do some forgiveness. All right, so I hope you have enjoyed your reading. I am going to be doing a reading in regards to Mars, which changes signs next week. But this is for Venus, so this is a love reading. So yeah, that's from the 10th until the 6th of October. So as I said, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and support me in this, my goals and getting the messages out there, this is a totally free channel. I'm not going to be asking for money from anyone. I don't do personal readings or anything like that. Sometimes they go for a long time, sometimes they don't. It just depends what the story is out there. But that's what I've got for you, Cancer, and I hope to see you next week. And, well, we'll see you next week. I hope you have a good week and a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next reading. Okay, bye.